All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're gonna focus on the Civic Type R. Yesterday or last night / this morning, we worked on the CTR not the CTR, but the CRX, the SIR. We got the dash in, we got some wiring cleaned up, we got the little bezel piece in. Everything has been reflocked. It's nice and fresh, clean looking. You can see we got the wires cleaned up and everything. My battery relocated is back there, and then it runs back to the fuse box, which is right there. Got a nice piece of ABS plastic and a spot to mount our Haltech 1500 Elite once we get it. And I'm pretty sure it'll be about a week or two before we get the suspension and stuff in. So once we get that stuff, we'll continue on the project, but I'm super stoked we've actually started the CRX. So that is really big for me. We're gonna work on the Type R today. We're gonna try and cruise it over to Humble Performance so I can show the guys, but before we can do that, we need to go to any one of these tire shops right around this area and get some new tires thrown on. I have some 15-inch Nitto Neogens. I'm gonna throw 2 of them in the back, and then we're gonna take the car to the tire shop, have the front 2 replaced, and then we'll come back, grab the other 2, and then we'll swing back by, have the last 2 replaced. Then we'll drop the wheels and spare tires off over here and head off to Humble. But before we even leave to the tire shop, we're going to address a few issues that I saw when I took the car to a car meet last weekend. Sadly, I didn't film it. I really should have, but I was just so excited to drive the car and have the car out that I didn't even think about picking up a camera. So sadly, I don't have any footage on the car meet. I do have a couple of pictures. I'll post the pictures right here, but yeah. One thing that I really wanted to address with this car is there's no heat currently. Everything is there. I just need to hook the heater hoses up to the heater core. So we are going to hook the heater core hoses up, and we're gonna put a little extra coolant in there, and we're gonna see if we can get the heat working. I noticed there was a small fuel leak at the rail, so I'm going to address that. We're gonna tighten it up and see if we can't get the rail to stop leaking. And there is an exhaust leak, and there's a few little oil leaks that I noticed. I'm not gonna worry about the exhaust leaks and the oil leaks right now. I'm actually gonna take the car to Humble and see if we can put the car on the lift and see where exactly these leaks are coming from and where the exhaust leak is located, so that way we can fix it. If it's just a donut gasket or something like that, I'll purchase one while I'm there. We'll throw it on and we'll see if we can get it sealed up. Same for the oil pan gasket, valve cover gasket, whatever it may be. If I have, some gasket that need to be replaced, if they have time, we'll get it done while we're there. But that is what this video is going to entail for today. We're going to be working on the Civic Type R some more, so I'm gonna put you guys up on the tripod and do a little time lapse, I guess, and we're gonna start jumping into the heater core issue. So let's get to it. All right, guys. So, whoops. I hate this stupid tripod. The feet have magnets on it and it picks stuff up. And they're not strong, so they drop them. It drops them as soon as it moves. But long story short, we've got 2 hoses that go to our heater core. One that goes in, one that goes out. And as you can see, they are looped. Our heater core hoses have just been looped back around to one another, so that way the motor is sealed and runs properly, and the heater core is also sealed. I'm not sure why they looped it. I'm hoping they looped it because it was going to be the easiest route to get the engine running right away. I'm hoping that the heater core itself isn't leaking, because if that is the case, then that is a big job. I'm going to have to pull the dash out. I'm going to have to pull a lot of the other components out to replace the heater core. And that is not something that I really wanted to do this winter. That's not something I really wanted to do to this car at all. The heater core is out and leaking, then I might just leave it because this really isn't a winter car. I won't drive this a lot in the winter, so I'm not gonna be super concerned about heat, but I would love it if I had the option to turn the heater on a cold, summer morning, when we're going out for a cruise or something like that. So we're gonna try and hook the heat up really quick. If we can get it operating, that'll be great. And then once we do that, I noticed there was a really small fuel leak coming from the rail right here. We're going to also address that, get that nice and tight. I'll look over a couple things really quick because going to Humble Performance, you gotta be on your toes because Follow will blast you. He will straight roast you if you come in there with some garbage. So, gonna look over the car just a little bit more, and then we're gonna go to the tire shop and get some tires put on this thing so we can actually drive it safely there. All right, so what I just went ahead and did was I had my heater core lines were looped. So that back one was just running straight to the front one. So what I did is I went ahead and ran this heater line hose right there, and then the other heater hose is right there. So hopefully that will fix my no heat issue. Need to go ahead, get the radiator cap back on it. Now we're gonna let it warm up for a little bit, and we're gonna see if we get any hot air blowing through the heater vents. So I've got everything is hooked up. Oh yeah, heater vents are blowing warm already. Awesome. That is a really good sign. I'm super happy that the heat works. I was gonna be a crybaby about that because I don't like the cold. I think I said it in my last video, but I'm a crybaby when it comes to the cold. But while it's idling, real quick, we're just gonna kind of look down here for anything leaking, any fluid or anything at all that is dripping, which I don't see anything yet, which is awesome. Sweet. Yeah, it's blowing warm. We have got heat, so maybe in the summer we'll work on getting AC in the car. As you can see, the AC lines are ran, they're there. AC condenser and everything is there. The only thing that we're missing is the actual, the pump. So, or the motor, the pump, condenser, whatever you want to call it. So, later in the summer we'll get that stuff taken care of, but that is the first thing that I wanted to take care of really quick. Now, the second thing that I noticed was that I had just the tiniest little fuel leak right here. And as you can see, it's still going. So, I'm gonna see if I can't get that to stop really quick. If we can get that fuel leak to stop, we're good to go to get our tires put on, and then we're good to go to Humble. So let's get this thing knocked out really quick, and let's get this car on the road. All right, let's get this fuel line figured out. There, 18 and 19. So I'm not exactly sure if it's coming from, okay, it looks like it's coming from between these two right here, so 19, that's 18. Okay, that's loose. Still leaking from the rail. Alright guys, so our fuel line is no longer leaking. It's nice and dry as you can see. So our heater is now blowing hot. Our fuel line is no longer leaking. I'm gonna go ahead and throw 2 of these Kusi K1s in the back of my car, and we're gonna go find a tire shop to put these bad girls on. So super stoked that we're finally able to work out some more of the little quirks with this car. Next step will be getting an air intake made, because I do not think, well actually I don't know, maybe Alyssa's will work. I don't think Alyssa would be mad if we stole hers for a little bit. Let's see. Hey, got an air intake. We do need a coupler to hold it on. I don't know if I have one, but we'll figure that out here in a minute. I'm not too worried about that at this point. So, sweet. Getting this thing slowly but surely buttoned up and figured out. Heck yeah, heat's blowing nice and warm. Let's go double check really quick just to make sure that there's no fluid or anything like that leaking into the interior. I'd hate to have a coolant in my red carpet. Move the Integra. cannot wait to finally get an exhaust put on this thing, because then we'll be able to drive it everywhere. Oh shoot. I'm not a fan of the snow. Like, already almost just slipped and died right there. Oh God. It's everywhere. I don't like it. I don't like it, but let's get the Kusies loaded up in the back, and then we're gonna go see if we can find a tire shop that's open. Got 2 Kusies loaded up. We're gonna go see if we can find a tire shop to get these bad girls mounted. So let's get on the road. Don't want to leave that in there. Double check for any loose hardware, anything like that left in the engine bay. Don't see any. I think we're good. All right, we're gonna shut the hood. Set you guys up like so. Hopefully you guys can see me and can continuously see what's going on, because I don't have like a good camera mount for the car for this type of stuff, but I think if I wedge you in there nice and tight, like, you guys should be all right. You guys should be able to see what's going on. There's a big bump because of all this ice and snow. You can feel the car going over it. Oh yeah, it's literally a big old bump. Okay. Gotta shut the garage real quick. Okay. All right, guys, we're on our way. Let's go see about getting these tires switched over. Oh man, this heat feels good, I'll tell you that. Make sure you guys can still see. A good amount of ice, so it's going to be a rough ride for us for a couple minutes. So hopefully you guys don't get too much of it on that camera, because it does not have any type of stabilizer. Heat works good. I can roll the window down. Trekking through all this ice and snow, but temps are good, everything else looks good. I need to go get my glasses, but we have to go back to the house before we go to Humble anyway, so it works out. It's all melting. our main roads are clear now, which is really nice. Boom! Dude almost got smashed. So here at Tate Boys, 10 out of 10. Would not recommend coming here to get anything done. At least not the Broken Arrow location here in Oklahoma. Customer service was trash. I'll never spend any money here. I'd rather go to the mom and pop's tire shop down the road. I stopped by here because it looked like they were open, but I stood there for 15 minutes with basically 2 free people at the counter out of the 4, and no one asked me if I needed help or anything like that. So instead of standing there twiddling my thumbs like an idiot, I'm just gonna hop back in my car and take it to the Amigos down the street. I will gladly pay them cash to swap my tires over. So we're here at the tire shop right now. The Amigos are gonna hook it up. Always support local businesses. Tate Boys, you guys suck. I will never go back there again. I will always bring my business to this small mom and pop shop. They do great work, I'm sure, but they're gonna get me handled, and we're gonna get back on the road here shortly. I will have to come back and do 2 more tires for the rear, but it's not a problem. I don't mind it whatsoever. So we're gonna get this done. We're gonna get back to the house, get the other 2 wheels, get that done, and then we'll head over to Humble and show the guys the car. So let's get it going. All right, guys. So got the back of the car cleared out, cleaned up a little bit, and now we're gonna go over to Humble Performance, show the guys the car. All right. Car does not like second gear starts. Noted. Same thing. Cracked a little VTEC. The cluster is a little wonky, but my buddy said he can fix it. He's like 90% sure he can fix it, so we're gonna get that figured out. But she's driving, man. I wanted to take a little video for you so you could kind of see, and once I get a chance here in a second, we'll see if we can't get into VTEC. I'm sure you heard it there, but I wasn't able to hold the camera. Yep, it's VTEC. But I need to get the cluster fixed, and you know, she still has her little quirks, some little issues here and there, but overall she rides really nice. So just wanted to send you this video so you can kind of see its first real drive. All right, guys, so I've been driving the car for about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, maybe a little longer. Everything so far is looking good. The car is running good. No leaks or anything like that as far as coolant goes on the carpet. The heater is still working awesome. I've noticed that with the heater working, the coolant level, the coolant temp stays pretty low. So we'll check that out, possibly do a thermostat or something like that. But who knows, the car might just run cold with the heat and everything like that hooked up. But so far so good. Humble is maybe a block or 2 down the road, so we'll be there in just a second, and we will follow Kenny, Alex, and Bolo's reaction to the Civic Type R Ek9. I need a poachy detail. made it, boys. Humble performance. And there's Bolo right there. We're gonna go ahead and park right next to him. Some 5 lug on 5 lug action, you know. There's Follows, super clean Captiva blue hatch. I love that car, it's awesome. And then there's Kenny's project, but we made it, so let's park the car. Go get these guys' reaction, see what they think. Gonna get Kenny's reaction.
Oh, look at your car. Yeah, it looks pretty shitty.
Yeah, you know, I did the OEM fog, you know, for the spray for the headlights. And
quarters.
Clapped.
This how they come OEM?
With the rain guards?
Yeah.
I think it's just a JDM thing.
Smells like it's been sitting in a shed.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah. It definitely needs a poachy detail.
That looks like a B series.
All the JDM goodness.
Cool. Man. That regular looks clean.
Right? Kenny built.
This is Kenny built right here. Who needs pliers?
Right.
You got Kenny fingers. I'm not gonna do that. My fucking yeah.
That's why I brought it to Follow. Follow can
These your wheels? Or yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just sure Bolo has it. Bolo does have it, doesn't he?
Yeah, Bolo's got.
Small white one.
Yep.
You got a guy that can coat that for you to make it look nice.
So I have 3 white ones and 3 gunmetal ones. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to do a full set of white or a full set of gunmetal.
White.
OEM.
Dang, both got slicks.
Right?
I didn't realize he had tires for that thing. Dang.
R888's on it.
Cool.
Here it is.
Looks good.
Overall, what do you think?
I'll drive it.
You want in?
I do. I'll give you $500 right now, cash in hand. It's a 1999 Honda Civic. It's not worth much.
You're right. It's not.
The fucking steering wheel's on the wrong side. Why would I pay more money when it's worth? I've never seen a Type R. I just had no idea.
This is a Type RX, so it's got like the
Fancy.
Yeah, the blue tinted carbon. It's got a few different little features in it. The pedals and everything are specific to this model. The blue tinted carbon, the fact that it does have a double din.
I don't know anything about it.
The normal Type Rs, they didn't come with ABS, AC, and this does have both ABS and AC. I just need to get the.
This is like because the normal Type R is like stripped down shit, and then this was like the actual. This is the car you can actually drive.
Exactly. This was the luxury model. This was the one that you would actually want a daily.
Right. That's good. Type R X for extreme.
Super extreme.
It's got the USDM battery.
That's JDM battery.
Aerosol. Oh. Nah, it's batteries plus. I know this is down the street, bro.
Look at the posts.
What about the posts?
Super tiny.
No, nah. What else?
No, I had to find
ground them down.
A certain. I had to find a certain type of battery for it. It's a 51P instead of a 51R.
Is it not?
Kenny just exposing me.
It's just gonna fall out.
Yeah.
Just needs a little love. That's it. Not much. It's there now. It runs,
Yeah.
drives.
That's literally it. Just needs a little love.
Intake filter.
It needs, you know, the follow touch.
I'm just gonna tear this shit apart right now. Let's break down every single thing that's wrong with this car. Oh boy. Ooh. Have you shown Paulo yet?
No.
Should. Well, he's gonna tear. We'll see.
He's already asked me to buy it, and I told him I didn't want to sell it. I wanted to drive it.
He'll buy it. He's looking for an Integra right now. And he's literally got money at hand to buy just a clean fucking.
I want an Integra Type R too.
He had a Phoenix one forever and then sold it. And
I know, and he sold it for what, 7,500 or like 10K or something like that.
Like 13. It was 13 back in like 2000.
This is follows EM1. Dude, this thing is so clean. This is goals. This is the goal for the Type R, is to look like this car. So clean. 300 horsepower, K24, K20. This right there, that's goals. If I could get my paint looking like that. Perfection. And then he's got a Captiva blue hatch. I don't know, if he offered me both those cars, I don't know how I would say no. 800 horsepower, MR2, K-swapped, incoming. This is Patrick's. It's a JDM car too. Super rad. Can't wait to see that car finished. They got a bunch of nice cars right here, right now. Well, we made it. Got the follow approval, the Kenny approval. Man, Bolo's EM1 is looking clean. You do got some slicks on there. What are you doing, boy? That's sketch. But regardless, it is looking clean. He's on the 5 lug. Got them Honda caps. Got the Ek9 posted up next to him. Super stoked that I was actually able to make it out here. This is the Captiva blue hatch I was talking about. Oh my gosh, this thing is so clean. Yeah, like I was saying, if Follow offered me both of these cars, his blue EM1 and his blue Captiva hatch, I don't know how I'd be able to say no. I really don't. That thing's beautiful. Let's go down to the fab shop, see what Manuel's up to. All right, guys, so made it back. Well, I haven't made it back, but we left Humble. We got everybody's reaction on the car. Everybody was super stoked on it. Follow said it was clean, and it's an awesome start for a Type R build, especially if you're going to build something super clean, which that's kind of the goal here. Overall, everybody gave it the thumbs up. They think it was a good buy, which makes me feel good. Obviously, it doesn't really matter what other people think, but when you show your friends a car, you like to get good feedback. I mean, who doesn't, right? But I'm currently waiting for my buddy Joe to send me a message. If he is home, then we're gonna make a hour drive over to his house just to show him the car. So I have been driving it around all day. I'll give you guys a quick little look real quick, but you can see there's, you know, salt or whatever the hell they put on the roads out here. It's kind of piling up all around the car, so we're just gonna rinse it off really quick, give it a quick wash, and then I'm gonna get back on the road.